Carbon source for amino acids. Now, amino acids differ from other classes of biomolecules in the fact that each member of this class, that is, each amino acid, is synthesized by a unique pathway. Despite the tremendous diversity in the amino acid synthetic pathway, there is one common feature. That one common feature is that the carbon skeleton of each amino acid is derived from a commonly available metabolic intermediate. Okay, carbon skeleton is derived from a metabolic intermediate which are commonly available. All amino acids are derived from the intermediates of glycolysis, citric acid cycle, and pentose phosphate pathway. Okay, from the intermediates of these cycles, there is amino acid synthesis. Now there are 20 amino acids, right? 20 standard amino acids. Now this 20 standard amino acids are divided into 6 biosynthetic family on the basis of the primary carbon source of each amino acid. Okay, so there are 6 biosynthetic families of the 20 standard amino acids. Now these all are the primary carbon sources. Okay, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, pyruvate, alpha-ketoglutarate, oxaloacetate, ribose 5-phosphate, then phosphoenol pyruvate, then erythrose 4-phosphate. These serve as the precursor for the amino acid synthesis. Overview of amino acid biosynthesis. Now there are 6 families of amino acids. Okay, these are the 6 families of amino acids, that is glutamate, serine, aspartate, pyruvate, aromatics, and histidine. Now the amino acid from these families is ultimately derived from one precursor molecule. Okay, so on the basis of from which precursor molecule that amino acid is derived, it is classified accordingly. Now let's talk about glutamate family. Okay, glutamate family includes glutamate, glutamine, then proline, then arginine. Okay, these all 4 amino acid belongs to glutamate family. Okay, now the carbon skeleton of the glutamate family is derived from the alpha-ketoglutarate. Okay, so whichever amino acid is there whose carbon skeleton is derived from alpha-ketoglutarate, that amino acid belongs to glutamate family. That is how it is. Serine family. The example of the amino acids which belong to serine family are serine, glycine, and cysteine. And the carbon skeleton of the serine family is derived from glycerate 3-phosphate. So aspartate family. Aspartate, asparagine, lysine, methionine, threonine, these amino acid belongs to aspartate family, and the carbon skeleton for the aspartate family is oxaloacetate. So the pyruvate family includes alanine, valine, leucine, and isoleucine, and the pyruvate is the carbon skeleton of the amino acid which belongs to pyruvate family. The next family is aromatic family. Okay, in aromatic family these 3 amino acids are there, that is phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan, and the carbon skeleton of this aromatic family is either derived from phosphoenol pyruvate or it is derived from erythrose 4-phosphate. So from both of these precursor molecules, the carbon skeleton of the aromatic family is derived. It's not or, it's and. Phosphoenol pyruvate and erythrose 4-phosphate. So the last family is histidine family, and in this histidine family there is only one amino acid, that is histidine, and the carbon skeleton of histidine is ribose 5 phosphate. It is derived from ribose 5 phosphate. So that's it. Those were the 6 families of the amino acids, 20 standard amino acids. Now let's look at the overview of amino acid biosynthesis. Okay, the carbon skeleton precursors which are derived from the 3 sources, that is glycolysis, TCA cycle and pentose phosphate pathway. So you start with glucose, okay, and then you get glucose 6 phosphate. Now from this glucose 6 phosphate, ribose 5 phosphate is formed, and that acts as the carbon skeleton for histidine. Okay, so your histidine amino acid is synthesized. Now this glucose 6 phosphate is then converted into 3-phosphoglycerate, and from this 3-phosphoglycerate serine is produced, and that gives rise to glycine and cysteine. Okay, so for this amino acids, 3-phosphoglycerate is acting as the source of the carbon skeleton. Then this 3-phosphoglycerate is converted into phosphoenol pyruvate, and this 3-phosphoglycerate is also converted as in a erythrose 4 phosphate, and these two, that is erythrose 4 phosphate and phosphoenol pyruvate, act as the carbon skeleton for tryptophan, phenylalanine and tyrosine. Okay, then this phosphoenol pyruvate is converted into pyruvate, and then this pyruvate acts as the carbon skeleton for this alanine, valine, leucine and isoleucine. After this pyruvate enters the citric acid cycle, and it produces alpha ketoglutarate and oxaloacetate in the cycle. Now the alpha ketoglutarate gets converted into glutamate, and that acts as the precursor for these amino acids, that is glutamine, proline and arginine. Okay, like talking about oxaloacetate, it gets converted into aspartate, and these amino acids are synthesized from it, that is asparagine, methionine, threonine and lysine. So this is the overview of amino acid biosynthesis.